Epsilon Longhorn Economy Salvage. This series, well, we were deep space. And with the new Economy 2 update, I wanted to be able to take advantage of some of this economy stuff. So there's been a few changes. First of all, went ahead and pulled the 6-hour drift, that 6 or 7 hours, and sped it up so that I put us right where we were aiming at the end of last episode. We were trying to head towards a planetary system so that we could be able to find us a trade station and be able to do some economy, which is part of what we want to do in this series. It's not all about scrapping stuff and getting parts and such. Now, we're going to change a little bit of how we're going to do this, because we now have the Economy 2, which has a lot more stuff involved in it. We're going to kind of change things up a little bit. Not too much, guys. Just a teeny bit. Okay, so here's what we got to do. First of all, we're going to work this rule where assemblers are only disassemblers. We cannot make anything with them. We can only disassemble them. That covers everything. With that restriction, it's going to make it more for us to be able to purchase things at the trade stations or use our salvage we find. Also, in addition to that, I am going to put in place that we do need to either visit or set up an outpost on each planet and one in space, besides the station and the Longhorn freighter we need. Of course, we need to build a Longhorn freighter, or, well, not build one, but modify one, which leads me to the other thing. We are not building any ships. We either are going to salvage a ship and put it into good use, or we're going to buy the ships. No free, fresh builds. This station came off of the survival pod, the space pod, which is absolutely okay, and that was kind of the intent. No piracy. We're not hijacking anybody on this. And we need to be able to visit at least 4 stations to set up a trade situation. And ultimately, we want to have our Epsilon station up and running, have at least our Longhorn freighter transport, most likely a couple of other ships, and that's right, guys, we're going to need to make some money. 300 million minimum, and we will keep that 300 million, or at least close to it, inside of either this or a lockbox. I'm not sure how big that gets when you pull that much out, but that's what we're gonna do, guys. Okay, as you can see, we apparently have a space pirate beacon in the area. That's where all of our ice and magnesium was, 4,000 kilometers. I'm gonna go ahead and well, we'll turn that off. I don't know that we'll ever get out that far again, but we might. So it might not be a bad idea to hold it. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do our morning breakfast routine. Oh yes, that's right. I need to go get my stuff. Oh, I better make sure I'm not... Yep, I'm not in any kind of creative mode or any kind of weird stuff. Don't like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and run out here and get the rest of our belongings. And we need to get some food. Where's the food at? Now, I thought about just going with like another season. I thought about, you know, starting over with a fresh respawn, but I thought, you know what, we worked so hard to get this station started the way that it is, and we really didn't do anything wrong beyond with these restrictions, other than what we built with the survival. Well, I mean, with the assembler. So we're not going to be building anything with assembler. It is solely for the disassembly purposes. So now it's just a recycle machine, a very, very glorified recycle machine. So yeah, we've got recycle stuff going on. So unfortunately, these no longer will be needed ever. for now. So we're going to go ahead and the munitions, we're just going to, since we did do those before we made the change, we'll just go ahead and hold on to those in here. But we do have a lot of components, as you can see, which is good. Give us some trade material. And that's right, everybody. We are close to a planet. Which planet are we close to? That one, right there. Alright, yeah, I don't know where the trade station is. I have no idea. When I spawned in this with the mod that I had before the economy update, I was really wondering why it didn't include anything. But I don't know. So let's see. Here is this. This is the dealer. Oh, that's one other thing I forgot to mention too, and this is also very important. To think about is the. What is the deal with you? Why are you getting closer to me? I don't want you closer to me. All right. We don't have a lot of hydrogen, so we need to be very careful with this. On and let's go. Oh wait, do I not? Am I not? Oh, do I not have? Oh, I'm burned out. Okay, well, I guess that's I guess that's not gonna be. Do I have any ice at all? Am I totally burned out on ice? Oh, this is bad. This could be very bad. Oh, we are toast on ice. I'll grab some of those though. But, okay, well, let's hope those guys don't come over here, because there's nothing we can do about that. Well, since we're out of ice, let's go see if we can either find some ice, or find that trade station, or some sort of... We do have wandering merchants from MES, so that is also an option. Let's, yeah, well, let's go see what we can find. There's another planet right there. I'm gonna head this way and see if... Okay, we're gonna drift. Hopefully that pirate does not get any closer. Otherwise, well, this could be an unpleasant situation. But hopefully it won't be an unpleasant situation, and hopefully we can find a place where we can get a resupply of what we need. Want to be able to get some work done, you know? So let's go ahead and head over here, see if we can get some ice. We can mine with our hand mines and stuff like that, because that is something we could sell. But as far as making components from those ores, we can't really do anything. Oh, thanks! Thanks for joining in. Alright, let's see. Does this have ice? Where is the ice? Sometimes they have like scrap or something. Like a little thing hidden inside, you never know. Ah! Wow! Of all the luck! Okay, so is that on the outside maybe? Wow, to find ice straight away, that is brilliant. What are the odds? Seriously. Where are you? Oh no. Really? We have to go inside? Like there's no external ice. Wow. Well, that's a little inconvenient, but okay. It's like the only thing we can mine that we can use. Let's go ahead and turn our... Oh, wow, that our light is on even. Alright, so let's go ahead and line this up. This is where the ice is. Wait a minute. I just want to make sure I'm not digging into the ice directly. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and set a GPS marker for ice. Yeah, before we were doing like the deep space, you can generate and create stuff, but nah. We need to be able to do our trade stuff, get our materials that way too. Alright. This should get us some ice, which will be good. little fuel going on there. Plus potential saleable materials. Now I'm thinking we probably want to have a separate cargo container for any kind of ores we acquire. That way we can refine or not refine, depending upon what the what is wanted. I think usually they just want regular ores. Wow, that was a good find. That was a really good find. Now we can also, there's other ways that we can find trade station too, and that is also by finding salvage or derelict ships who might have a piece of data or a package of some kind, and then we can transport it back that way. That's the other way to do it too. So we're just going to go ahead and drift this way and get this loaded in so we can get a little closer to the planet. I'm not really thinking we're going to go down to the planet this episode, because if we try to bring the station down, we're toast. Although the thought did cross my mind, and I was pretty inspired by someone I was watching who brought their entire mobile base from space down to the planet surface. And that's pretty cool. And you know, the rules I'm doing this playthrough through don't really say we can't do that. It would be a challenge, especially if we ever wanted to leave the planet with it. But it's an idea, a thought. Because here's what I want to do. I discovered when I was doing a playthrough earlier, trying to figure out kind of how the economy works, that you can include your base in the network. And that's what I want us to be able to do. To bring EFI into the economy network for this system. And I think that would be just so amazing and so cool. Alright, so yeah. Got our hydrogen tanks here. Got our piping for our different things. Okay. It's good. We may change this up because I'm also thinking about we need to have docking facilities for a large grid ship or a small grid ship, depending upon what we get. Now, of course, when we buy a ship or salvage a ship, we can, of course, take said ship and there we go. Take said ship and modify it, of course. Let's see here. Alright, so these are not lit up. Why? Because this is piped there. Maybe we just don't have enough juice, enough fuel. Alright, we've got some thrust. Good. Might bring us a little closer to the ice rock. And then hopefully that'll bring us a little closer into range for other stuff. Okay, turn those off and let it go ahead and drift. I like this idea of drifting it because then we save our fuel. And here's the thing, you still have fuel expenditures if you do not turn off your thrusters. It's that simple, guys. And I'm pretty sure we've already burned through the ice. Oh no, we're still rolling with it. That's gonna fill the tanks a little bit. Let's see if it's really actively filling those industrial hydrogen tanks. Let's see. Uh-oh. Something spawned. Industrial assembler, industrial. Oh, here we are. Yeah, see, it's loading this one. This one's stockpile up. This one's stockpile on. So it's loading the stockpile into that one. When it's done, then we'll be good as far as the others concerned. I really wonder. It would be really cool if we. I mean, we could still fight and stuff like that. We just can't. Like space pirates, if we engage them, we could salvage their ship. But we're not trying to be a pirate. Oh wait, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Ah, it's a sail military escort. What faction is that? Okay, we got a lot of factions here. Sacred infiltration. They're friends with first class hunters. Okay, these guys we don't like them. Okay, so yeah, they're not unfriendly, but they're not like. We don't really want to tangle with them. It's not a derelict or anything, so yeah. We'll just keep drifting along. Work on some stuff while we're drifting along. Alright, let's see here. Okay, huh. A lot of motors. That's what we need a lot of, is motors. And glass, yeah, we need a bunch of those too. Makes me wonder what we've got in the... Let's see what we got in the big container. Maybe we got something we could finish it off with. Well, pipes, but... Yeah, we need those motors is what we really need. Oh, there's some glass. Let's grab the glass. We can at least get some work done on that. And we'll grab some steel. Alright. That's the ice rock. There's some other big rocks up there, but that's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and get that locked in. That locked in. Alright. And yeah, we're getting pretty close to this rock. Okay, that's kind of cool, a little halo on there. Nice. What was that? Okay. Alright, get a bunch of this stuff welded up. Now we can always merge block a ship into this station if we wanted to add stuff like that. And I do want to do a scrapyard style situation from this point forward as well. So in other words, that means that the ship that we purchase or salvage has the materials that we will use for building this ship. So any grid that has a computer chip, well, I mean block, yeah, we're gonna need them. I think scrapyard rules as opposed to just salvage rules might be a little bit more of a challenge and could really force us to do a lot more trade. Alright, when we come up here, okay, we're going to go ahead and turn these on, and we're going to dampeners on and do some braking. This will put us pretty close to even with that ice block, and that's where I want to start getting some fuel. I mean, it's really, there's not going to be a lot of mining per se, but you know, there kind of is in a way. That oh yeah, and that salvage grabber, I don't know. I think I might pull that out and set up some sort of, I don't know, something down below. Okay, now that this is in position, And I'm guessing that did that because, yeah, it saved the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump off the line here. Wait, what do we got in here? Oh, the steel plates. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump down here. See if there's anything that needs steel plates. So there's all these pipes here that need to get done. So we might as well zip over here. Check this out. What does this need? Yeah, it's got plates. Okay, so everybody's pretty much got plates, I think. I think right now it's just a matter of grabbing the other components. So let's go ahead and grab that. Alright, we'll go ahead and jump in here and even though I just really wonder. I know we were planning on putting a drill here, but I don't know that I want to do a drill. Matter of fact, I don't even think I do. So I think what we're going to do is something a little different. I mean, I like the attachment, but I don't know that we need that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop this off. And then we're going to head towards the planet and see if we can get out there a little ways. And we'll see if we can maybe scare up an unknown signal or possibly a trade station that we can get to before we get fried or some such. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. We're definitely shortening the distance to that that escort though, but we're going above it, so I don't think it'll be a problem. I'm just really hoping for some sort of trade station to pop up. We can make a lot of money, and with that we could be able to get a mining ship to be able to get us the ice out a little bit easier, get us some contracts so we can sell some of this material that we've acquired. I know it's not. I wasn't planning on this being a purely purely economy. I prefer to do things as a versatile business entity. Let's see. Come on, there's got to be one around here somewhere. There's got to be. God, I just don't see anything though. Nothing's popping up yet, but it's big space. Big space. Alright, when we get to the 50 exposure, we're going to flip around. But I'm pretty sure... yeah, nothing's really popped up. What's that? Ah, an unknown distress signal. Let's head that way. An unknown distress signal could be something very interesting. It could have the location of something that needs to be dropped off at a trade station, which would give us a trade station location. Could have good salvage. We can just grab the ship and take it with us. Now, if we're going to claim the ship as salvage, we have to claim it, and then we'll have to remove it from its stationary, and then just attach it to our magnetic boot on the station, I guess. But ideally, we would have it somehow get to the station and then be part of its salvage thing. We can sell the ship directly. All right, what do we got? It's an old salvager. Oh, okay. He needs some repairs. I can't really... Alright, we're gonna mark it as salvage. We could do the repairs? So let's mark it as, well, actually, you know what? Let's mark it for what it is. We'll mark it as salvage, as a repair job, because that's what he needs. So why wouldn't we do that? So yeah, repair job. Ah. Yeah. All right, let's head back to ice, which is where our marker is. And we'll go back to the repair work and after we're barbecued. I did not grab, oh man.
Your health is low.
No, no, we're getting cooked. I went too far. I spent too much time. Ugh. So again, we're not doing piracy, guys. So that, uh-oh. That's a space pirate beacon. Which means that we are not going to capture that ship.
Critical.
Yep, I know. Alright, we're gonna just go ahead and slow down and stop. Because we're going to come out to our body. If I was still moving, I'd have to chase down my backpack. I would prefer not to have to do that. Alright, so I don't know what the nature of his repairs are, but we're gonna vent this sucker. 23 out there, man. I don't know what his nature of his repair work is, but we're gonna zip out here for sure. Grab our stuff, zip back. I vented it on purpose. It's just a lot faster that way. We're gonna get our gear, come back, then we're gonna move the entire base over to this location and see if we can't do some repair work on this poor guy. Maybe he'll give us something good. Old Salvager is an unknown, so he's not really tied to anything. He's an independent. But I don't know. I don't know what this is going to do. In the past, as you know, if you've been following any of my streams, the Old Salvager, I have taken it over before. Committed some piracy, snatched it up, ripped it out. I even used it as a main body ship on a playthrough a couple of times. But I don't want to do that this time. We have a no piracy rule. No piracy means no piracy. So yeah, unless the dude gives us his ship, which is highly unlikely since he wants it fixed, yeah, we're gonna be doing it this way. So, but there could be some good salvage. Who knows? Maybe he'll give us some useful parts. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows what the reward is? He might give us a reputation boost with a company he works with. Give us the location of a trade station, which would be really nice, since it's hard to do business without trade stations. But you know. All right, let's go ahead and. Now the other thing is do we have, well, okay, so I tell you what we need to do. We need to see what kind of repairs he needs, and then it might be better to leave their station where it's at so we don't run out of fuel. Because it just occurred to me, we don't have a lot of hydrogen. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this. It's nice to have extra tools. Alright, let's, so that's the repair job. There's the ice. Well, it could be good to get a little closer, but I don't know. I kind of like the proximity to the ice for now, but what if with the, yeah, here's the thing. What if he gives us something good? What if we get a huge giant rock of ice? Yeah. Oh no. Where are you at? Target. Look at what? Oh yeah, we're not doing you. No. Okay, fun fact. These are like an unknown signal, except they don't give you any prizes beyond materials. But you gotta get them quick before they bring a drone in. So. Stop wiggling around. It doesn't help. When I see these things pop up, it's just immediately go after them. I did not go after them once, and I got a big surprise. It's like one of those things where you just automatically got to, and you get some good materials. I mean, this is more stuff we can utilize for either repairs or work, or possibly even to trade. I don't know about that. They sometimes spit out fireworks. I got one, it actually shot me once on one of these. Now, it would be really cool if we could salvage the battery off of it, but without grabby hands, that's not happening, so. Alright, now back to the task at hand. Before we got distracted by a pirate beacon that loaded us up with goodies. Oh no, here we go again. The crispy thing. Good gravy, I can't catch a break with this thing. We might be able to make it this time, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. What I need is some radiation medicine. That's what I really need, but that's easier said than done, so. Oh, come on, really? I'm getting cooked here. Can't go any faster. Now we're maxed out. 220. Come on, come on, come on. We're getting there, but it's like, I can't believe that I'm going to get toasted again. A second time around. I'm aware, Suit Lady. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm so close. Oh, good gravy. Here we go.
Your health is critical.
Alright, we're going to have to come to a stop. I can't get it. They won't be able to get there in 3 seconds, so we'll have to, again, respawn, get our stuff. Good gravy. Alright, I don't have to go that far, thankfully. I figure we can do a decent short burn, drift ourselves closer to the repair shop, a repair situation, and then we'll jump from there. I'm not sure what, it looked like their engine was messed up. Maybe, I don't know. It was really hard to see. Something was burning. Maybe it was a hydrogen tank possibly, or maybe it was like, maybe they got an ion drive that's on fire. I don't know. Alright, let's get back here and let's bring the Epsilon station over, see if we can render some assistance. Probably ran afoul of some of these pirates and now he's in trouble, so, you know, you gotta look out for each other, right guys? We're all out here just trying to do some business. Alright, so I'm gonna zip over here and drop these off. Since I don't know what the skinny is over there. Alright, let's do this. We're going to keep vented for now. Alright. Oh no, I left them on. Did I really leave them on? Like, really? Ah, good gravy. Alright. So, industrial hydrogen tank. Got 5.1%. Stockpile off. On. Let's go. I'm watching the fuel. And we're off. I'm just gonna drift at 35. Alright. Now let's see here. We need to get this area here. I want to get this area enclosed as much as possible. What do we Hopefully this guy's got some. You know what would really be nice is if we fixed his ship and he dropped off like 100 motors. Like that really is what we need really badly. Is motors. Good gravy. That would be just an amazing thing if we could get motors. Okay, motors for the doors. Motors for everything. Okay. Let's see here. And I think that we could run. Do probably like up here we'd need to do something. Probably take a passageway out here. Yeah. Yeah, and then set up the bed and stuff out here. And this could just be a command console. I wonder if I've got enough to be able to get... that would require, again, motors. I got one in there, but I'm pretty sure a command seat's going to need a lot more than that. This will be the bridge area, so we'll tear that out. We'll remove the survival kit and put the survival kit in here. Where would we put you? Yeah, we could put you right here and run you off of there. Of course, I'll need a motor, because everything needs a motor. What is... Oh. Okay. So we don't really need that there anymore. If we set up... We could run a conveyor line across the top here instead. That would bring down that, and then that would bring... That could connect this, and then we wouldn't need that either. I like this idea. I like this idea a lot. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so right in front of here is where we're going to put the survival kit. Oh, when we're drifting down. When we're... Okay, we don't want the I've just smashed everything. Look, that's not good. Alright. So I'm thinking, let's do this survival kit here, which I like. I like this one a lot. And then up here, we can set it up with one of these. And do something like this. And then do something similar right here. But only on the turn down. And then here. That would set it up, and then we could go with... Yeah, I like this. This is good. This is making me excited. Then we could have our command area be there, and then... But we do have the matter of this. And we do need to connect up with the... Yeah, see, here's the problem. We need to connect those up here, so... So we would need to do this one, a T intersection like that. And then this one will have to turn. So that one would be a turn. Like that. Yeah, see, that works out nicely. Yeah. Okay, so if we go over here to you. Alright, you're not needed. Okay, and then we're going to run you up here. Alright. Now this can go right here. Alright, cool. And then we have this. Bing, bing, bang, huh? Well, now we know where the food is. Alright.
Meteor storm inbound.
Ruh-roh. That's not good. We need some steel plates, guys. We do not want to be sitting there after we hear something like that. And it says, oh no, we can't oil this up because we don't have enough steel plates. And then you get killed. Alright, and then that one here. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, we're coming up pretty quick here. Still got a little ways to go though, that's okay. Alright, so we need interior plates and steel tubes. Okay, we have those. We have these things available. Here's the interior plates, first of all, so that's good. Now let's find these pipes. There we are, we have some pipes. See, works out nice. Perfect, now we're all set up. Okay, and that means this area here we can do some other stuff with if we really want to. Okay, did we just... Whoa. That's close, we just passed by that big ass rock. Alright. Yeah, I like this. This is working out much better than I expected that way. We've got our bridge area here. Now this area back here, I don't know, we could put whatever we can find this bridge like. And then we're good to go that way. Alright. And we should be able to... Yep, we can access that perfectly. Nice. Alright, good, 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 good. I think I see it out there. Uh-oh. Oh no. There's only one reason why that would be there. And that's because there's something loose. Yep. Okay, so word of advice, guys. If you see the dotted circle that's white after you do a work on your base or your rover or your ship or whatever, it usually means that you messed up and there's something loose. Okay. Alright, now I've got this area in here that I could, we could do all kinds of things. I like that. Let's see here. We want to get this. Let's see. Okay, so right here we're gonna go with let's go with the passage, and we'll do an X intersection, and that way it'll help with the air tightness. Cause see, now we've blocked out that oxygen tank. Alright, we're getting close, guys. Alright. Alright, we're going to go ahead and slow her down. Can I advance it forward a little bit? I don't like when the hydrogen's so low. Okay, we're gonna hold in place. Alright, so let's go see what this guy's broken up about here. I just don't have the fuel to risk going up there and doing a burn and then drift past. I just don't want to do that. So let's see. Let's zip out here real quick. Let's see what he's got that needs fixing. And then we'll go from there once we figure that out. Okay, guy. Yeah, you really are drifty, huh? Okay, old salvager, let's take a look and see what we got going on. So engine troubles, okay. What do we got for repair work here? Alright, looks like you got a thruster that's out. Let's see, what are we looking at here? We need probably about 80 metal grids, large steel tubes, plates and construction components. Is there anything else that's damaged on this thing? Or is that it? Looks like that's probably it. Alright. Let's get back to the Epsilon and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we're going to need some grids, we're going to need some pipes and some construction components and some steel plates. So we'll see what we got there. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we're as empty as possible because I don't know what kind of surprise he wants to leave, and I don't know if that would spawn out or not if we leave the area. Since we can't bring our ship in, hopefully this isn't something that's going to be, tricky. Hopefully. Worst case scenario, we just let it grind it all down to components, let the components be in a pile, and then just do a couple back and forth. That's another way to do it. If whatever he gives us is components, he may not give us anything. He might give us some sort of like information. I mean, I don't know. I haven't helped a spawn before. I've always swiped them, stolen them, salvaged them, or used them for my own. I don't think I've ever actually like helped one before. Kind of weird, but true. Let's go ahead and eat that, and then we'll drop this and this. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's grab 150 of those, 100 of those. I don't know how many he wants of these, so let's give. Okay, we're loaded for bear. Alright, let's do this. Let's go fix the old guy and see what else needs fixing on his ship. Get him up and running, get him on his way. And we'll see what we got. Who knows? Maybe he could spare us a whole bunch of ice, and then we could fuel up. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else popping up around here, but... except the bloody pirates. Alright, you're really getting far afield there, dude. I think we're gonna go ahead and delete that. We'll set a new repair location. Alright, well, let's see, what do we got here? Alright. Let's get you fixed there, sir. Almost. We got a little bit more to go. Need a few, like only about 6 more large steel tubes. Let's make sure you don't have any more damage to anything else. No, looks like you're doing pretty good otherwise. Yeah, you look like you're set. So just, oh wait, nope, there's another one here. That's not working right either. So we'll need some pipes for that. So there's 2 thrusters that are out of whack. Alright, what about anything? How's the braking thruster situation on this one? Ah, it's out of whack too. Alright, you got a few thrusters that aren't doing so good. I don't know if you can get, if I can. Yeah, we just need a lot. It needs like probably about 16, 20 large steel tubes and maybe about 30 steel plates. What are we like over here? Okay, we're good. Okay, that looks good. Alright, let's head back, get the rest of our components, get a little oxygen, and finish up our work here. Get this repair job done. Better pay me. Or I'll take his... If he doesn't pay me, I'm going to be pissed. And I'll just see what I can salvage from him. How about that? Like, you got to give me something, man. This There's nothing for free out here in the void. The verse is full of all kinds of stuff. Ain't nothing for free. Knowing my luck, you'll leave me a bunch of slop and I'll be stuck with nasty food. Which, you know, if we're starving, we'll eat. Oh, come on. Really? Alright, let's get back here and decontaminate too while we're at it. Ugh. Mildly frustrating. Alright, let's go ahead and charge this back up again. Get our stuff. Alright. Okay, those are done. Now let's get some. We're going to want some of these. I think 30 should do it for that. Maybe another 50 metal plates, maybe. We're at 61. Gonna give it a sec. I see it out there, that's why I didn't bother with the marker. What do we got down there? It's a space pirate. A lot of space pirates around here. Alright, good enough for me. Let's go. Wait a minute. I thought that was the ship. So what's that? Oh, that is the ship. Wow. Yeah, he's getting there slowly. That's for sure. He's a slow mover, that one. Alright, let's get down here. We want to get out from, oh, you know, out from under the sunshine. Alright, let's go ahead and get you. Alright, you're welded up. Don't cook me. Please don't cook me. Alright, that's welded up. Alright, cool. And then... Alright, you're up. That'll do for now. You have my thanks. Allow me to reward you with my latest salvage. Ooh, nice. What do we have here? Thanks. I guess a good deed and all that. Well, what do we got inside of here? I'll claim it. Oh, wow, nice. What's the value? Is this worth killing them over? Maybe it looks like it. Sometimes it's all you have to go on. Okay. Well, that's saleable. Prototech circuitry, useful. Glass, we can always use some more of that. Medical components, okay, that's really good. But what else is in here? That's just that. What's in here? Let's go to the middle. Oh. Oh. New plan. Go to this side. What do we got inside? Okay, gravity components, reactor components, superconductors, girders, power cells, metal grids. Oh my gosh, this is great. Let's just take all these straight up. And these are all really useful too. We don't have a restriction on thruster components. Well, actually, we kind of preferred not to do thruster components, but there definitely could be saleable items, and I think the restriction on the thruster components can be considered gone, because we don't know if we're going to buy a ship with thrusters. So, yeah. If we find some, we can slap them on there. We just can't build them. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get all of these. I get enough for a survival kit. That's great. That's great. I love the cargo container, though. Let's go ahead and set a salvage marker. That was so cool. That was really, really cool. There he's going away. He's on his way. There he goes. See? Ah, he's really moving it now. Yep. Alright. So let's go ahead and get back to the old beacon over here and offload our loot. Got another cargo container to add to the mix, so that's good. We can always use another cargo container. We got another beacon. Dang on it. I'm loaded up too. I can't really grab it. But if we don't destroy it soon, we're going to be in a bad way. So we got to haul back here, dump all this stuff off, zip back over, and do it as fast as we can. And I think we should offload this stuff on shelves instead of in the cargo container, honestly. I think that would be a really cool place to stick it, right in that hallway where we have those cargo containers, only put it on there as shelves. Where's those shelves at? There they are. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Ah. Freaky. Alright, let's get the rest of these things dumped off in here. Alright, now let's go get this thing. Let's charge up. Alright, where's this beacon at? Is it gone? Nah, it can't be gone. They're sneaky, but they're not that sneaky. Where is it? There. Okay, so we're gonna get this thing ground up so it doesn't do anything. Now, I'm not gonna worry so much about the steel plate because we've got something else we got that's a little bit more important than that. But I do want to get the pipes. I'm gonna leave the battery in place too, because that will at least keep it powered. There we go. Alright, now back to where I was going with the salvage. Well, he's really booking that one. Oh, wait. Is that the... Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. I think that's actually our salvage right there, drifting away. No, that's the salvager. Okay. Alright, where's our salvage at? Oh, man. See, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, so it should be right here, but it was drifting. Where did it drift to? Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, looks like we lost the rest of that salvage, but that's okay. We still got some good stuff. So let's, that's the beacon right there. We're not going to tangle with you. We're going this way. That was a really good find, but it still did not get us our trade station, which is what I really wanted to do. Oh my gosh, we're still looking for trade stations, and we're literally on the edge of the orbit. It's like, good gravy. I wonder if we take on a space pirate beacon, it will... First of all, I wonder if we can actually do it. I don't know that we can even do it. We'll probably get shot. We don't really have a way to take them on, I don't think. I mean, we might. Let's see what kind of personal weapons we have and see if we can go all, like, boarding action on these guys. I mean, they usually got pretty good firepower, so I'm not confident in our ability to do it without some sort of assistance. Okay, we've got a problem here. And this problem is power. Oh man, we have got a big problem with power. Where is our... Oh my gosh. Alright, we've got 10 conveyors, motors, so let's go ahead and get some motoring done here. Alright, that's good. We want to get this motor too. But here's the thing I wanted to know is, what about, do we have any solar panel cells in here? Drop this off in here too. Well, we have batteries, we have glass. We need a power source is what we need, really, more than anything. We don't have any solar panels on this at all. Well, we do have this, a rocket, and we do have a Pro 1. Oh, good gravy. We're gonna take on the pirates with a Pro 1 in space. Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Although I do wonder about that location, though. It looks like it's a... Looks like... I don't know. Alright, well... Yep. This is where we're at, so... Okay. Need some steel plates because I need to seal that off so that we can call this an episode in a day. We got closer. We didn't get as close as I wanted to get, but we got closer. So we do need to get more fuel, and then we can press on. So we'll go ahead and seal this up. We can change this later. Alright, everybody, we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. Get some rest. Maybe next episode we'll come in and we'll take on those space pirates, one of those space pirate locations. Or maybe we'll just go back, get some ice, load up some more ice, and see how much farther we can get the Epsilon along. I don't know. We'll have to see. Thank you so much for joining me this episode, though. We will get to that trade station. I'd like to do that above everything else, and then we can really get it going with some really good trade. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on Space Engineers Epsilon Longhorn Economy. You know the deal. Like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and leave comments, guys. I like to hear them. Anyways, bye.